Just doing a little test here. Just checking to see if I remove the hose with the valve turned off, will it keep its pressure? And it's not. It's very slowly going down. I did this about 15 minutes ago and it's gone from 9 bar down to about 8. And so it's leaking here as well as here, and it could be leaking here somewhere. Lots of places it could be leaking. It doesn't matter. It basically works. But that's not what this video is about. Yesterday, somebody made a comment. They saw that I was wearing a different watch. And what happened was the day before yesterday, I started thinking about my old watch, and I thought to myself, I wonder where it is. And I went and I looked. First place I looked, it wasn't there, but the second place it was. I knew I wouldn't have thrown it out. Anyway, yesterday morning I get up and I'm going to do my thing about the Alumilite, and I see it laying there still, and I stick it on, and I forget I've got it on, and I do some shoots, and then when I'm editing the video, I see my watch on. I thought, well, that was people are going to notice I'm wearing a different watch because I'm always wearing my old Timex that my kids bought me. Anyway, that's not important either. But this watch. It's a little bit tight. It's got one of those, what used to be very popular, a Fix-O-Flex bracelet. And when I was a teenager, you had to have a watch with a Fix-O-Flex bracelet. But the interesting story behind this, I call this my John F. Kennedy watch. And we'll take a closer look at it later. But the reason I call it that is because, as best I can remember, it was 2 days before President Kennedy was shot in Dallas. It was 2 days before I got this watch. So that would have been late November of 1963. So that makes this watch 55 years old right now. Yeah, and it's still running. Now I know that years ago I had it cleaned at least twice. But still, it hasn't been serviced for probably 45 years, maybe more. And it's still running. It's automatic, winds itself. At the time, it was what you would consider a high-quality watch, not like a Rolex or anything like that, but it was pretty good quality. As my memory serves, it was around $60 and change. That may have included tax, and I'm not sure. But at that time, that'd be like a $600 watch now, with cost of living, or with, the way things have gone. So that would have been a huge expense to me, and I remember it took me a while to sort of pay it off. But I wanted a really good, high-quality watch. And so I got this one. It's not brand name. It's not like a Bulova or anything like that. In fact, I looked it up on the internet yesterday, and I can't even find it, So, yeah. Anyway, let's take a close look at this thing. When you look at it close up, you're going to see, hey, it's an old watch. You're gonna see here that the back is badly scratched. Well, when I was a teenager, I was taking the back off more than I should, and I didn't have the proper tools. I'm a little more careful now, but I remember being fascinated by the way the weight would wind the movement no matter which way it swung. Now some of you are probably thinking, I'll bet you he didn't get the back on again. Well, I did. It's screwed back on, it's not cross-threaded, the watch is still running, and I'm wearing it right now. How many of you can remember where you were when you heard that President Kennedy was shot? That is, if you're old enough. Well, I can not only remember, I can show you. This is a Chinese restaurant in a little town in Saskatchewan. The town's called Big River. Now, we didn't live in Big River. We lived in a littler town further north. and every Friday we used to come in to get the mail. My parents had the post office, and part of the deal was you get the mail. So we drove in, got the mail, went into this Chinese restaurant, and the guy's name at that time was Jimmy. And Jimmy's eyes were as big as saucers, and he saw us come in. We were regulars, and he says, "Kennedy's shot." And pretty soon our ears are glued to the radio just like everybody else in there, and yeah. Anyway, that's where I was when I heard that President Kennedy was shot. And it was like probably 2 days after I got this watch.